Rydick. The Aphelion is too much for any one of us to take on alone. But collectively, we might just have a shot.
On our way. Full impulse power.
So did we just kill Riker?
No, that was a different ship.
What if they did just let you kill Riker? What if you blew up a ship and it just said, "Oh, Riker was on that one, by the way."
Firing photon torpedoes.
Just it's just a text thing that pops up. It's like, yeah, Riker is now dead.
Yeah, they don't get William Frakes or anything.
William Frakes.
Is his name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan Frakes. Okay, Jonathan Frakes. Yeah, they don't get Jonathan Frakes right.
William Riker is the name of the character, so...
Power levels
No, I'm sorry.
ship, but our engines are still
I'm not a
strong.
nerd like you guys, so I don't remember the names of the actors on Star Trek.
Our energy.
We're caught in it too.
I hope the away team
I
is
remember,
having
like,
more
I
success
kept,
than we are.
like, I was basically an AI describing the actors from Star Trek because I keep getting their names wrong. And then, like, in the Borderlands season, I think I kept calling, like, John Delancey, John C. Delancey.
Oh yeah,
Which is
that's
just
right.
nowhere
No,
near
wait,
his
wasn't
name.
that Chris?
No, that was me.
Oh.
I was getting mixed up with John C. Reilly.
If there is a way to disable the Aphelion,
I'm sure I said something way more embarrassing.
One time I said triple X when I meant to say triple H.
strike at the heart.
Okay, Vin Diesel really should have just been in wrestling.
He's like wrestling adjacent, I feel. I think
It's not.
is he tall enough? He's tall enough, right?
Don't get too used to it.
I actually don't know about that.
Take that thing down.
It's not quite his craft. Also, he's like definitely not that kind of performer, but like he definitely had the right marketing to be wrestling adjacent. I feel like.
He's only 5'11". It's not very tall.
Do you think the people from Fast and Furious eat at Olive Garden a lot?
The actors or the characters?
Well, the characters.
Oh, I see. You're making a joke about it's because we're here, we're family, but I have to say I'm actually captivated by the contours of this question.
I went a little too deep on the references.
I'm actually kind of mesmerized imagining the many characters of Fast and Furious
When
having a
you
nice meal
tour-
health card.
I must.
When you tour the Universal movie set where they actually like shoot actual fucking movies, there's a part where they make you go through this tunnel, and in the tunnel they have a little action scene with giant LED screens where the Fast and the Furious do a thing, and it's so fucking loud and annoying. And you had just seen like the original fucking Jaws set, and then all of a sudden it's like, come on, everybody here's family, and you're like,
Okay.
please fucking make it.
Can I say it cycled back around for me to just be like I was super into it just because of how much it sucked.
Try again.
I was like miserable.
That was actually one of my favorite things back when I did Hollywood Horror Nights, when I was down SoCal, is that they let you walk through all the like the crashed jet plane and stuff on foot.
Yeah.
I mean, now imagine that terrible experience resulting in you losing both your Earthquake ride and your Beetlejuice show.
Fair. Yeah. Fair.
I had a
I
very
hate that ride in Florida.
yeah, I had an unpopular joke back when I used Twitter about getting really into the Fast and the Furious franchise instead of Star Wars and getting mad at people for not recognizing characters from the Fast and the Furious video games. And I have to admit that I still think about that and laugh occasionally.
Nothing. Stand back and we will handle them.
I'm just really into the idea of treating Fast and the Furious as though it is a universe with the same kind of like richness and like fandom pedant potential as the Star Wars expanded universe.
I'm sure there's lots of fan fiction out there of Fast and the Furious, I will say. I'm sure there's plenty.
Exterminate these heretics! This won't take long. I'll be back.
Give him hell, Portal.
I was made for this.
What's the best Fast and the Furious movie?
If you can get to the Cartabula.
I
It
don't
probably
know.
isn't
I
the
have
first one.
not actually seen
hold the
any of the
line.
Fast and the Furious movies, so...
They're
Holy
all
shit.
just a giant fucking film to me. Like they all
Guys,
exist
you guys are a bunch of fucking nerds.
in a parallel universe happening all at the same time in my brain.
I have seen like 3 of them, but I've seen enough.
I've also seen 3 of them!
The gap isn't much wider.
I've seen enough of them to see how the franchise went from like
We can widen
an
the
extremely
containment field
early
for the track
2000s crime movie in the vein of Gone in 60 Seconds,
I don't think
or
we'll
like
our way in.
any of
It
those
takes
like
a con to-
early 2000s street racing, Vin Diesel badass. Oh my god!
That was it. That was it. That was your Nightmare Fuel Star Trek death. You're welcome, guys.
So incidentally, the bit where Portal went nuts with the magic space stuff, if we had not been cool to him, and I believe if we had specifically like killed all of the Takan that we beamed up instead, he actually switches sides.
Sorry, that was just a really funny jump. An unnecessary jump that she just did.
Yeah, it's
Both easily.
Does he
Really?
switch sides?
Is still Miranda.
Like, how does that change the scenario? Does he have the glove? Or does he
so
shoot
then
him?
Arminta has to
bring you
like
into
fight
the
him,
plot.
I guess, and I think Arminta dies.
I will make you one of us.
Okay.
Trust me.
Yeah.
This is the best outcome you can hope for.
Miranda wouldn't want that.
You don't know her like I do.
It's Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo
That's not an
Drift is the best
unpopular
one?
opinion.
No way,
Tokyo
dude.
Drift. Nah. Just like good old boy in Japan smashing his car into shit, trying to drift race, not knowing how to drift race. That's it. That's the one.
The slow-mo is very funny.
Yeah. So Tokyo Drift is the 3rd movie, but it's like the 6th chronologically in the franchise.
Someone tried to explain this to me once.
Soon you'll
So
understand.
the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift involves basically, I think, just one cameo from one random person. I think it might be Walker. It's been a long time since I've seen these movies, and I also don't give a shit. But like, what do we grab? The gun or the taser?
No, it's the guy who
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
the
racer
thing
who
that-
trains him. This is the thing. Okay. I'm not confident about this at all, but this is as I understand it. No, those stunners.
Take Iridium. Take Iridium.
The only option
Oh.
is to kill her.
Take the Iridium so you don't turn.
Oh, I think.
You waited too long.
No! Rejoin the flame.
Is that like the first
I'm actually
timed
surprised
event?
they had a thing where. Oh!
Whoa!
Seriously? Okay, alright, we just get to pop back here.
I've never seen Tokyo Drift. The only thing I know about it is that it's got the guy that Initial D is based off of as a cameo. I've
Oh,
heard
shit.
this from the YouTube channel Donut because I'm doing sources. I'm giving my source, and that's what I've heard.
Tokyo Drift, once I actually saw Initial D, it immediately clicked, because Tokyo Drift has nothing to do with the first 2 Fast and Furious movies, which are the only ones I've seen, besides Tokyo Drift. And it's just like, it's really obvious that someone just watched Initial D and is like, hey, I've got an idea for the third Fast and Furious movie. What if none of that other shit, and it's just Initial D? And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess so, for some reason.
That seems fine. That seems fine.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's why I like it.
But that's why it's like 6th in the franchise, because it doesn't have anything except, I think, the Walker cameo. So
I kind of know this. I think it's like the guy who trains the main character, Han, is I think since he dies in that movie, I think that like every time they want to put him in a movie after that, like it has to be a prequel or something. I don't know.
No,
But you
they
said
brought
it's
him back.
6 chronologically?
I tried to keep her from getting you. If I just
But
sooner,
drifting was only popular, like really, really popular during that time, like when the movie was made. The cars are from that time. Are you telling me Paul Walker went back in time? I'm so confused. What do you mean chronologically?
Okay.
What do you mean?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Now it's over.
What the fuck is happening?
We're talking about Fast and Furious chronology.
We're talking about
over
Fast
a
and
very
Furious
sad
and
death
Initial
scene.
D.
Okay.
What do you mean
so
it's chronological?
I mean that it takes place after Fast and Furious 6, like in the order of the film's universe.
Okay, hold on.
Portal had a really cool off-screen battle that we didn't get to see, and also
Well, we saw a bit of it.
the lady that was our love interest and then betrayed us because she got bioformed is now dead by our not quite girlfriend. I think she hates us actually because we did something that made her mad.
Okay, I found.
I mean, Miranda was our girlfriend's. A little early to be calling anyone else that.
I found a chronology of the Fast and the Furious films on Forbes.com.
Go.
Tokyo Drift was made in 2006. Fast and Furious 6 was made in 2013. And you're telling me that fucking Tokyo Drift happened after Fast and Furious 6?
Are they set in like the contemporary modern day, or is there like a different like time span going on through these movies?
Whatever. You know what? Fine.
I guess nobody has an answer to that.
Fine. Whatever.
So apparently, what
I don't
happened
care
is
anymore.
Han, like Rutskern says, Han dies at the end. Spoilers for a 20-year-old movie. But people who's a fan favorite character that was able to do all the cool Tokyo drifting stuff, and fans wanted to see him again, so they brought him back in later movies, and they explained it by not like saying he wasn't really dead, but explained it by saying, "Oh, that hasn't happened
Still in
yet."
control.
But
Which
the
is fucking
cars, if you were drift racing in Tokyo in 2013, why the... I guess you could use cars. I mean, I guess Initial D, the main point of Initial D is that the main character has this beat up old fucking car that shouldn't be able to drift, but it does anyway.
Yeah, they didn't do they did not
Is that
put
what
up with
Tokyo
that
Drift
shit,
is?
Tokyo Drift. Absolutely not. Tokyo Drift is not about that.
I like to remind
Tokyo
everybody
Drift
that
did not have that kind
could
of
have
discipline.
killed Rutskar. We could have done this. We had the power, but now this is happening.
Are keeping the bioform.
Okay,
No, it's
let's.
They can't hold them
I'm
long
intrigued.
We got 20 minutes left. Let's refocus. We can do this.
I'd recognize that anywhere. Our warp core resonant frequency is one of the readings.
They're bleeding us dry. But they're not just taking our power, they're routing it through the cartabula.
You guys don't get it. There's been a Disney Dreamlight update tonight. I can't.
What characters got added?
Apparently it's like a new area that has like Gaston and like Tangled, I think. And so I don't know. I want to go check
You know who sucks?
check that out.
Prince Eric sucks. I hate Prince Eric.
Prince Eric. He's so buff.
Oh my god, no, he's boring.
He's the dude from Sleeping Beauty, right?
No, he's the
No.
dude from Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah, that guy's boring.
The dude from Sleeping Beauty is like awesome. His whole outfit,
Yeah, no,
amazing.
No.
Randall Charming?
Absolutely iconic.
Are you saying that Prince Eric is Rizless? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, he is absolutely the most rizless motherfucker on the planet.
Whoa!
I think he was just basically the first dude that Ariel saw that showed him related to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Man, Grimsby missed it by like this much.
I only know who Grimsby is because of that awful, awful comic about Ariel getting 8 legs.
That's the Resolute's warp core resonant
What?
frequency.
And these others?
You haven't seen that? It's like, it's the Ciciergas.
I
That frequency
I
matches the Titan's
know
warp core
Neil
resonance.
Cicierga, whatever, but like, I've not heard of the Spider Mermaid.
And these two are the Kimball and the Lowell.
They're both Steamrunner class. Same
Ariel
engine
needs
platform.
legs.
They're just tuned a little differently. I must be getting information from the bioforming, but this warning.
Ariel needs
It means
legs.
I'm struggling with the power stacked up at close frequencies.
The Cartabula can't handle the
What if she
distance?
had both legs
Maybe.
and a flipper?
This is Westbrook. Are you reading these Starfleet
Like as a butt?
We are. And you need to see this.
Yeah, I don't
Scale?
know.
The Steamrunner class frequencies are causing problems for the Aphilion's energy source. Sending visuals now.
Okay, so is this the new energy system we were supposed to be testing in the beginning?
We
Is
have to
causing
use
the
this.
Cartabula
No.
to have problems?
No, that's actually doesn't ever come up.
If you play the right
Well,
note loud enough.
wouldn't that make sense?
That would be a good callback, but it's not.
They're letting us right in the front door with this energy drain. We can tune our warp core output to those frequencies. Get all our ships to do the same. Push it to maximum levels and we might be able to crack the wine glass, the Cartabula, and take their ship offline.
There is merit to the theory. But if we attempt this, it would preclude any other course of action.
It'll work. It has to.
If this is going to succeed, we'll need all Starfleet ships to pitch in. We aren't alone anymore. We need to leverage that.
I will create a
What about like
high-energy
the ships that
static
got
warp shell.
converted?
We'll need the away team to guide us to the right frequency.
We read you,
Ask
Resolute.
nicely?
You're putting a lot of faith in us, Captain. That's a
I guess they're not actually being affected by the energy
We don't
dampening
wanna
field
let you
at this point.
I've got faith in you, and the rest of this crew.
At least the ones
Now
that
let's
didn't
give
get
it
turned
hell.
into Khan.
Yes,
Yeah,
Captain.
It's like
how
half the
big are
ship.
Brigs?
Not
Like, I
big
feel
enough
like-
for this.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't
Check
think
the
the
team for
ships
the
are designed for an outright
We can
mutiny.
disengage it, just like we did with the Zeldy's warp cores.
Yeah, but it'll only activate if this thing gets completely overloaded.
So we gotta take it right up to the edge of destruction.
We are increasing the warp core resonant frequency.
I completely forgot about this entire thing.
You can't do this. You'll destroy everything I've waited for.
If that thing wants to
The
it's going to
animations
have
in
to
this
go through
game
both of
just
us. And I'm not
never,
gonna let that happen.
never disappoint.
You hear me?
I'm actually a little bit
fight it
curious
right along with
why
you.
it looks so much like a Telltale game.
I can always count on you.
Well, I mean, it's
You'll stand by me to the
it is the Telltale people,
This
or at least
isn't the
a significant portion of them.
Yes, but I mean, I'm getting down to the
No,
nitty gritty
no,
specifics
we're-
here.
we're
Like,
fine.
are they reusing animations?
Do you
Is
see
it the
our
same
output
people who use the
frequency
do the animations?
What
Is
is
it
the
just like the
impact on
same
the
kind of
Aphelion systems?
like spec sheets and kind of disciplines that produce the same kinds of animations?
Keep it up, Resolute. It's starting to work.
Like,
I feel like
on a
they
production
couldn't
level, what
reuse
makes
assets from Telltale games because, like,
I don't mean like reusing animations per se. I just mean like reusing rigs.
I think it just might be that's
Output
what you get when you do
85%.
a rig of
They're
that
taking the
level
bait.
of fidelity
Now
at
we
this
need the
budget.
rest of the fleet.
It looks
Yeah.
and feels like a
Open a
mid-budget
channel to anyone
model.
left on
yeah,
our
there
side.
like there's obviously
Open the channel.
if there is any
This
mocap
is
in
the
this game at
Resident.
all, it's very
We're
limited.
sending instructions to all ships to output maximum warp power at the designated frequency. We believe
you'll
we
notice
can
that the
save
hands are
the
up and-
Aphelion.
We don't know that.
I was thinking about this in Baldur's Gate 3.
That'll siphon up our energy much quicker.
I'm very sorry to say this because, again, I actually don't have a negative outlook on this game. I think that its production really does a lot with what it has.
Exactly what they want.
And I think I hope I've been consistent in saying that, but I was thinking about how much better Baldur's Gate animations look than this game's animation.
Especially when everything is on the line.
Well, yeah, because they mocapped everything. Even
Oh,
like
did they?
random
Okay.
no-name
Alright, fair enough.
NPCs. So
Fair
yes.
enough. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, that's insane. That's completely preposterous. So, yeah, fair enough. I take it back.
The rest of you do the same.
Like, apparently they just, like... They got a system set up where they can do mocap basically remotely. So they just, I don't know, like, shipped all of the VAs, you know, because most of this is being recorded over the pandemic. You're not going into studios that much, and just, like, got everybody, you know, the appropriate tech to just be able to do mocap for expressions.
I mean, it works great.
Takahashi, adjusting our engines now.
But still, that's like, not every studio can make that workflow work.
And, like, nobody's done that to my knowledge. I mean, maybe, like, Rockstar does that, like, but...
Tabula.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Like, yeah. I may say that if you look at anything in that game and be like, this is how every game should be, it's pretty exceptional in terms of what went into it, and just absolutely unsustainable, even for them. I think they actually said that, like, we should not have made the game this way.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, we're making Baldur's Gate 3, so we all just kind of collectively went insane for a few years, and don't do it.
This one's hitting the hardest. If they all converge here, it'll provide the maximum disruption to the Cartabula.
Got it. We want to overload this thing, push it to the brink, but not past it. You sure about this frequency?
Why don't we want to just fully
go too
overload it?
far, we
Because
won't
the ships
just
need to get
destroy
in.
the
We need them in,
We're
if I
going to
remember
take
right.
a lot more with us. We don't want to be responsible for that.
Sometimes you just gotta go on faith, Millie.
Like, you need them all resonating at the same frequency as the ships themselves.
Right,
So that...
No,
I feel
isn't
like
that so
sometimes-
that we push it to overload? Maybe we don't actually want to blow it up. I don't know.
I feel like sometimes you just gotta go on faith as another one of those Starfleet red flag things.
Capacity.
Where the computer just picks that one up and just kind of automatically schedules a meeting with your supervisor.
Risk a warp core breach.
You're a human. You're not allowed to not be an atheist in this future.
You just, like, you get paged over to, like, your commanding officer who's like, yeah, at this timestamp, the computer picked you up, you saying, fuck it, we ball inside the engine room.
Looks like you said the commander is Rizless. I don't...
He's a dangerous possibility right now.
We can't afford to start second-guessing ourselves. We need to stay the course.
Also, someone on the engineering, anyone on the engineering team, like, gets an automatic meeting with their supervisor if they use the suffix ish when they're discussing any part of the specs of the ship. Alright, you want the temperature set at 98.2 degrees Celsius-ish.
This is what actually happened inside your Xbox when you got the red ring of death.
Cool.
It's a bunch of tiny little Starfleet officers messing with it.
What's happening?
No, we're just messing up the veil between here and the fade.
We got a problem. It's not gonna eject.
On the off chance that we have a viewer who's born in the 2000s,
We lit this fuse.
do any of you know what the Xbox Ring of Death is?
If we can pull hard enough on those levers.
They're too busy with
People were
Shibbity and
still-
Phantom Tack.
The Xbox 360 was still a thing for, like, into the 2010s. Especially if you're talking about, like, consoles that kids would be using.
Yeah, but they pretty much fixed it by like 2009, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the legacy of that was still well known.
A young person once gave Nick a free burger because he was wearing a Super Metroid shirt. A very young person.
Nice.
So. The kids are all right, as they say.
Yeah, and you know what? Nobody in Gen Z has played the Elder Scrolls Battlespire, so yeah, the kids are alright.
We're talking Gen Alpha now. Gen Z's old news. Who gives a fuck about them? It's Alpha now.
I'll be honest. Can I be real with you guys? If anybody in Gen Alpha plays Morrowind, I'm a little dubious about that. I'm like, no. Listen, you don't gotta do it.
Is it loaded into Roblox? Is it loaded into Roblox?
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck porting it into Sky.
We build it in Roblox.
Just have an AI rebuild the whole entire thing into Roblox.
Yeah.
And then you could pay a microtransaction fee to stop the AI from calling you slurs.
Okay, this is bothering me because none of the other possessed people have weird glowy eyes when they get bioformed, but he does.
No, they do at the very beginning, and then...
I'm changing. You wouldn't like me under the moon. That's a pinball reference. For those who get it. I see you. I respect you. You're probably old like me.
Full power.
You think Riker ever Googled for like Skibbity toilet?
And the Aphelion is.
He wants to know what sticking your gat at means.
To nominal output levels.
The Takan are running off reserve power now.
I think the meme is that Riker's Google search history is just absolutely unprintable.
Just filthy.
So I guess it's just gonna float away.
I saw what you did. The sacrifice you made.
Radiation levels are spiking.
It's coming from the Cartabula. He must have damaged it. Didn't get it out before it fractured.
Who is going to get mining rights on the moon?
It's cracked, but we're still
We shouldn't
here.
mine the
We didn't
moon.
rip a hole in space itself.
It's gonna break.
So, not the worst that could have happened.
No, I mean for the
That's great,
dispute we came to
it's still
settle.
a
I
problem.
feel like we have gotten
we
wildly.
shouldn't-
Oh yeah, right.
But they shouldn't. It's gonna break.
Yeah. We just Starfleet comes back and says you shouldn't mine the moon if it's gonna break, and they're like, "What? Did you do a soil?
Yeah,
search?
put it
What
in
are you
my
talking
report."
about?" Yeah, it's gonna break. You can't move. You can't mine it. That's Starfleet's.
If you guys watch Cowboy Bebop, you can't mine the moon.
We're not getting away with
Starfleet
that
needs
thing.
them to mine that moon. We need the dilithium. Someone's going to
Okay,
be
but
mining
it's
it. It's
gonna
not
break.
going to be people.
I really enjoy
can
the
use this to
idea
get
of
us
Uncle
out of
Sleepy would say that to them, and then like
if we
in
can
30
get us back to
seconds the
Resolute.
conversation would be like,
We
"Wait,
have to get away from here.
you guys haven't seen Cowboy Bebop?"
Okay, movie night.
Weep Starfleet officer trying to violate the Prime Directive and spread anime to other planets.
It's still too high for us to
Fuck
stay on the
yes,
ship.
dude. That and the Muppets.
It's good.
My dream is to get a time machine so I can show Charles Dickens the Muppets. I have a whole syllabus for him.
Gotta get all the way to the Resolute.
Get Charles
feels like a
Dickens to
Doctor Who
design a
episode.
waifu.
I just want Charles Dickens to answer the question about whether Scrooge simply stopped his chains from growing or erased them somehow, because it remains ambiguous. The chains. Marley shows up and shows him the chains, and
To its bridge will bring it down.
Stop them
The chains
from
that it's building
growing?
life.
Skim the hole
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
Chains building
Clear
life.
shot at us.
They're just ghostly chains, aren't they? Are they not?
well, I mean, but they shackle your soul down, and but like, does
I don't want to get.
I guess metaphorically we're talking about whether redemption redeems previous bad acts, but literally, I mean, as a ghost, when Scrooge dies, does he still have very long chains for being a dick for like 70 years
No.
and being a really good guy for 5? Or does being a
I'll-
good guy for
you're
5
right.
years absolve him from all past deeds?
That's a
Is there
great
a
question.
Is
I
there a
will
Victoria equivalent to
absolutely.
game theory?
I was gonna say I would show Charles Dickens the Avengers. I don't really want to, but I'll show him like the first 4 movies so he can see the Hulk, and the Hulk could definitely bust open those chains even as a ghost. So
Break off this
Get Charles Dickens to design an adventure.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Charles Dickens would have been given a Star Wars movie, like, in the late 2010s.
For now.
It would have been pretty good. It would have been really good. He'd be better with TV shows, I think. He should have gotten a TV show.
Charles Dickens would name a character like Sinister Maximus, and George Lucas would be like, this guy gets it.
Be fucking rule.
As rulers over this galaxy.
Radiation poisoning is a terrible way to go, but it doesn't have to be that way. We can render aid to your crew.
No, we've crossed the eons to get here. I won't stop now. Fire salvo!
But you will, because the radiation poisoning. We did mention the radiation poisoning.
Yeah, that's...
Just imagine sitting in your crystal. You're at the con cultist, sitting in your crystal for 600,000 years, just biding your time, thinking like, this is gonna be tight. We're gonna come back. We're gonna conquer the world. You come back. You last 48 hours tops, and then die of radiation poisoning.
I
watch more anime.
I'm having this really visceral mental image of just being on the deck and hearing someone calmly explaining, like, over the comm, like, hey, you guys are gonna die of radiation poisoning, but we can treat you. And just hearing the captain go, no! And just being like, dicks.
I have to make manual adjustments to enhance the signal pattern. From here.
I fucking knew this was gonna happen. When I joined space, I knew this was gonna happen.
I'm not gonna make it out.
I wish I never joined space at all.
We've been through too much to split
It's a
up now.
mug's game.
We don't leave people behind. Got it?
I don't have long to do this. I'm bioforming. It's happening, Nilly.
I'm bioforming. It's happening.
I have to be the one to do it.
What a fucking line. Put that in my form signature.
If you said that we'll be stuck here, give in to me, and I will save us, not them.
Stop it.
If you say I'm bioforming and someone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Saying it's happening should answer all of their questions.
He's losing.
It's not like this.
It's like that guy who's like, if I met the Keebler elves in real life, nothing could stop me.
I'm sending you back.
What does that mean? It means nothing could stop me.
The time is now.
I feel like how you mentally auto-complete that premise
Oh my
is
God.
like a miniature Rorschach test.
This is turning into like a Gary's mod, like expressions.
Yeah.
This is so skibbity.
I
It
feel
is
like the
extremely
G-Man is... I feel like the G-Man is about to, like, floss in front of me.
Look out for each other.
The away team has beamed back.
We're in position.
So we still have. I'm
The
assuming
away
the
team,
answer.
all 2 people.
I'm assuming. Did Portal die? Is Portal just going to teleport him
Yeah,
back?
Portal's dead. Portal died.
Target.
That's
Do we
why
know that?
we needed...
Please.
I mean, he had a death scene and, like, told us to go take care of shit, so yeah.
Campster, we know that they're more interested in building a gaming platform than making another one, so.
You know, ever since you said the Game Awards stage, that's all I can see with their architecture. Everything to
Yay.
con is just Game Awards architecture.
This
You know, okay.
Thursday, watching you will be on the Star Trek ship.
They were
Spoilers for
trying...
Half-Life Alyx.
All they were trying to do was to
Spoilers for Half-Life
resurrect
Alyx.
Dorito Pope.
Over the next 10 seconds or so, because I don't know if this is going to be a discussion following this, but...
Nilly.
If any other franchise had, like, a teaser at the end of it, like, hey, the series is restarting, I would have been like, oh shit, it's back, Half-Life's back.
Even if I don't get to see
I'd figure, even while it was happening, I was like, okay, 15% chance.
Family. Forever.
Always.
feel like she went from red to green real fast there.
I can see everything.
We're turning into Edward Norton's The Hulk.
Right, Charles Dickens? Right.
Charles Dickens is like, yes, I've created this sublime ruffian, this very rough and tumble fellow with prodigious strength and a very hardy constitution, and of course he'll be played by Edward Norton.
That seems right. Yeah, sure. I want to take Charles Dickens to the various Disney parks. I assume he's gonna like Epcot the best, as we would all.
Bioformed on
I think.
board, fully contained.
I feel like this is just a riff on the BoJack Horseman J.D. Salinger makes a reality TV show gag.
No, I just have the same brain.
Captain Rydick. Next time I need some backup, I'll know who to call.
We're gonna go get somebody from the past and ask them to make something cool, and they just end up making the same crap we already watched. But I love it. It is a fun gag.
Hold you to that.
I just think he would enjoy it. I think he would like it. I think Charles Dickens would like the Muppets, and I think that he would agree that the Muppets, did the best.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to look like this.
We surrender.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Help. Please, people support your ship.
I know what they've done, Captain. We can't let them die.
Well, yeah, obviously we can't let them. Like, this is not a moral choice here. This is just Star Trek shit.
Oh,
like,
but
obviously we don't let them die.
Guess who disagrees?
No fucking way. What is that's not what like I would just turn around and like stare them dead in the eyes like what the dead in the visor, I guess. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you incline your head 45 degrees downwards and look at the front of your uniform? You see that little weird upside down V thing? Can you tell me what that is? Hey, cross-reference that on your computer. Like, go ahead and like look that up on Space Wikipedia for me.
After all our conflict.
She's just like the worst person. She wants to kill everyone.
And beam the Takan there. Crew of the Aphelion.
You'd be a great Star Trek commander, Rutskarn. That's exactly the kind of shit that Picard would say.
Yeah, you would say exactly like that too.
Exactly
just
like
with sarcasm. Very inarticulately, has transparently just finished a pint of beer.
Carter!
Alright, so...
We're doing
it.
We're
Last bit of the
ending
game
it.
here.
I'm almost free, and then the AI can take over.
My first order of business will be to help reestablish the Hotari government and resume peace talks, genuine talks, with the Illidians.
We have resolved nothing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I know.
No, everything's fucked.
There's so much good I could do with just a
Like
fraction of your
the answer to the question, who will get to mine the moon, is...
also want to see what else is
well,
out there.
everyone in the government got turned into aliens.
It would be hard to stay on Hotari forever. Not with all there is to experience, to learn. My devotion to my people doesn't mean I don't want to explore all the galaxies.
There's like a whole class of movie that does this kind of thing that bothers me, where like it starts as one plot and then becomes another plot I don't want. Like, I feel like Princess and the Frog was really good until she gets turned into a frog, or like Soul was really good until we get to the weird body swapping bit, or
You've picked a narrow set of examples, which are black people that are then replaced with cartoon like that are not humans.
See you again.
Well, or another one that annoys me is Howl's Moving Castle, where we think we're gonna get like this young girl having a romance with like this young wizard boy who runs a moving castle, and then she gets turned into an old lady, and it's just an old lady the whole freaking movie. Like,
yeah,
I don't like when plots just randomly change in the middle of a movie.
Bravely through trying circumstances.
I feel like two of those examples very uncontroversial, kind of well-trod critical ground. Third example, definitely gonna start some, like my Metal Gear Solid shit is nothing on that.
There appears to be nothing.
I'm just saying, like, I am more interested in the meet cute of that movie. I'm more interested in Tiana setting up her restaurant than what happens when How to Not Be a Frog. And I'm more interested in the afterlife in Soul.
That's why all of the like rides that they have now for Tiana have nothing to do with her ever being a frog. If you've never even seen the films, you wouldn't think so. You would think that she just loves food and adventure.
That's a pretty good premise for a movie, if you ask me.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It requires putting aside centuries of enmity.
Okay, so the implication
is just like a
is...
Disney prince.
For others, it takes facing complicated losses.
You've unleashed a demon in my imagination.
Yeah, well, that's old school Disney right there, baby. Hell yeah.
No, there he is.
I've learned
So did we ever figure out how to bioform?
No.
Too many.
No, straight up, that just doesn't get resolved. They're all fucked.
That seems like a glaring omission here. Are
Yeah.
these just the people that got we had to kill because they got bioformed?
No, these are other people who got killed in the course of the battle. I guess we threw all of the Tikan in the brig or whatever. So yeah, Solano never even shows up again. He's gone from the second that you arrest him. There's no resolution to that.
This
it really bugs me.
A little unfinished. If I'm being
Where are they getting transported?
I don't know.
Just mass
Or maybe
grave.
nowhere.
Could you
Just
not do it?
floating
Could you
around
not
out there?
have time to do them one at a time?
Captain Solano used to say that nothing ever stays the same.
Can you imagine, like, you just on some random planet? It's a bunch of Federation coffins just already out in the sky.
Coffins that are repurposed nuclear missiles, basically, like photon torpedoes.
What if that's how you discover everything? Like that? What if that's what violates the Prime Directive? Is you just get a bunch of Federation coffins dropped on your mud hut
Only
village?
grown stronger. More cohesive and coherent.
Is going on with the music all of a sudden? Okay.
Bound by our shared
Damn, that's a good premise for a sci-fi story.
and working together, helping each other. We're able to do
Is
more
that-
than we'd ever imagined.
Okay, I vaguely know the premise, and I have no idea how racist this movie is because it's from the
Some
80s, but
of
is
our
that the premise of The Gods Might Be Crazy?
Couldn't be resolved,
No.
but perhaps that too can change.
Wasn't it like a Coke bottle falling from
Yeah, it was
somewhere?
a Coke bottle. It was a Coke bottle, yes.
It was not a Federation coffin, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I understand that. I just meant more like... the
Yeah,
idea
different vibes on that one.
Maybe like it was a Coke bottle.
It is in
ashes?
some ways. It is in some ways a similar premise.
Engage.
It's actually not chronologically correct. It's actually like after the 6th movie. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The order is Fast 1, Fast 2, Fast 3, Fast 4.
Space.
The Gods May Be Crazy.
Final
Fast
frontier.
5. The Gods May Be Crazy 2.
As we take our next
Then it's
steps
Fast
into the
3,
unknown.
Tokyo Drift.
The greatest insights that
Yes.
lie ahead.
Where did the Star
What we
Trek
learn
movies fit in
about
that
each other.
chronology?
They all
They're
come
later.
afterwards.
Yeah, they're way later.
And no matter what threats
What
we
about
come upon,
the one where they go back in
mysteries we
time
face,
to like
we will
1987?
not be shaken.
That's a different
We are stronger
timeline
together.
than this one.
We are steadfast in our purpose.
Like
We
the
are
idea that they
yeah.
finally do the
No.
fourth like Star Trek
Multiverse.
reboot movie, and it's a crossover with Fast and Furious.
That's the fucking
no, it's-
dream. Cars in space. Let's go.
Kirk has to drift.
No, it's let's see. So then yes, the Gods Must Be Crazy 2, Fast 3, Fast 7, Fate of the Furious, Fierce Presents Hobbs and Shaw, F9, The Fast Saga, then Star Trek Enterprise, then Star Trek The Original Series, then The Gods Must Be Funny in China, then Star Trek The Next Generation, I think.
That one's derivative. You know? Don't like that one.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's Star Trek Resurgence. a game that has every single time I go to upload this an episode and I need to write in the title, I go, did I spell Resurgence correctly?
What?
So that's neat.
Why?
I don't know. For some reason, Resurgence feels like there should be different vowels. It's one of those words where... I don't know.
Which one?
Jonathan Frakes got fourth billing.
Spell Resurgence.
Spell Resurgence live. Joshua, Resurgence. Noun.
I refuse.
Go.
No. Fuck you.
Good night, folks.
Alright, well...
Was Rick Berman involved in this?
Probably not.
No, he's dead by the time Fast 6 happens.
Damn it.
Yeah, you don't remember his memorable death scene?
Yeah, a spaceship explodes, and someone points at it and says Rick Berman was in that one.